Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Baltimore. That's right, baby. Balti's back and she's upset. I'm not gonna lie, this Baltimore was feeling a little slighted by the Alaska's arrival. And just so happens that since I got to California, I got this sexy new camo. And my God, she looking mighty fine if I'm not biased, But she is a good-looking ship. Find me a better-looking cruiser in the game. I don't think you're gonna find one. Balti is back, baby. And we're gonna have one doozy of a throwdown. So right off the bat, we've got an Indianapolis and an Amagi right next to us. I'm gonna push over to the right side initially just to see if anybody wants to push up on me. It's not a domination match, which means I actually get to use strategy rather than just having to go straight into the caps and hope for the best. So because it's not a domination, it kind of allows me to do some things. Now, you might have noticed I'm actually on high explosive at the moment, which is not preferable. Shot it at the broadside of that Colorado. Actually think I completely whiffed that shot. As soon as I fired it, I realized it probably wasn't going to hit. And sure enough, we actually get 0 hits out of it. But this Amagi and this Indianapolis that are next to me are not going to be a whole heck of a lot of help on this side of the map. But what else is new? I mean, it's not like we're up against the entire enemy team over here or anything. I mean, there's a Colorado, there's a King George, there's going to be two Atlantas, and a Kutuzov heading this direction. So, yeah, it's not like we're up against the entire enemy team on this side. This side, by the way, if you haven't noticed, the way this map spawns, on our team, the left side of the bottom of the minimap there, our far left side is the side that we overmatch as far as numbers go. And it's vice versa for the enemy, which means they overmatch us from a numbers standpoint. And it's good to know these things, okay, when you're going into a match, because it'll keep you from doing stupid things. Like here, a lot of people would just sail up in there, but we already know that there's a lot of stuff. Look at the amount of people that were spotted, and look how many of them are headed in this direction. You do not want to put yourself in that position, period. But look at this freaking ship. Are you joking? Wargaming, I salute you. That is a sexy, sexy camo for this ship. And I know I'm gushing, but I gotta fill time somehow, right? First of all, I need to apologize because I didn't get a stream tonight. I do apologize for that. And by tonight, I mean this is actually Wednesday for me. So even though you guys won't see it till tomorrow, I'm just apologizing. I guess it'd be after the fact. So sorry that I wasn't able to stream. It is a couple of things. It wasn't just weather this time. It was kind of like me waking up this morning and trying to get some stuff done, and I just didn't feel like streaming. So I apologize for that. But we had 2 videos post Wednesday, and now we're gonna have 2 videos post today as well, so hopefully you guys like it. Also, if you haven't checked out the other video, make sure you go give that a like, or at least give it a look. Not a like. I'm not one that requests likes and stuff until the end of the video, but if you like the video, let me know, because it's a new series that we're gonna be starting up. It's a pretty popular game that just came out, and I'm quite excited to play it. I haven't played it yet, if you haven't noticed. I do my World of Warships grinds first, and then jump over and play the other stuff, because, honestly, you never know how long it'll take to get a good World of Warships game, and I'd rather have a World of Warships replay out there for you guys than anything else, because that's what you guys are here to see. So, yeah, except for those of you who still hang out for my tanks videos, which there's several of you, and I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Even if you don't care for the World of Warships, which is fantastic that you guys have stuck around even through all of that. So I appreciate you guys. We are finally going to start engaging ships here. We've got multiple ships coming at us. You can see our Amagi. I'd already checked our Amagi earlier. He had already lost half his hit points, and then they decided to go back and turn the other cheek and allow everybody to pick on him some more. So he's not long for this world, and we know that. So early on, you're going to see us using some high explosive, and just like the Wichita, the high explosive for the Baltimore, because, well, the Baltimore has super heavy shells, at least for the armor piercing. I don't know about the high explosive, but the high explosive seems comparable, at least, from the Baltimore to the Wichita. But the armor piercing is 10 times better than the Wichita. Not even close, as we will demonstrate later on. But this Atlanta B probably just picked this ship up. You know, you're seeing a lot of the Black Edition ships because the Black Fleet is back in for this entire week. You can purchase any of them. They're very good ships. But especially for the Atlanta captains, if you don't know what you're doing, you're in a world of hurt. It is not a good ship to just pick up and start playing because you can't hit anything if you don't know what you're doing. And on top of that, you're squishy and everybody bullies you if you're out in the open. Now, these guys are out in the open, but they had 2 battleships there. But their battleships are focused on my battleship and my Indianapolis, while I'm sitting here just absolutely riddling this Atlanta. And you can see, even though he's bow tanking us, he just doesn't have any armor. So our super heavy armor piercing is just ripping him to pieces. And he can't hit us back. I mean, he's gotten no meaningful damage off of us. We've only lost, what, 4,000 hit points up to this point, and we get a heal. So, like, he's done nothing to us. And that is a huge, huge fight advantage. As you can see, we're just scraping him and doing 2,500 with AP. But because he's shooting HE, he can damage us, but he's not hitting very many shots because I'm just actively avoiding them. I'm doing everything in my power to not get hit by these guys. And the only real worry for me right now is I'm broadside to the battleships, and one of them is a 16-inch gun. So it's not preferable. But as you can see, we're going to take this Atlanta down. He's going to be the first casualty in this game. And if you paid attention to the thumbnail, you might already kind of know what's about to happen in this video. But oh my god, the dispersion of the Balti is disgusting. Look at the dispersion. Now sure, the Japanese cruisers can be like, oh, we get better groupings than that. But you don't do as much damage per salvo as that. Like, you'll see what I mean in a moment. The armor piercing on this thing is easily... I've heralded it so many times. Now, we are the only person left on this side of the map, which is why I'm saying, guys, I need help. I'm going to have to defend the base against literally their whole team at this point. So I'm going to need some help. But you'll see that their King George is now focused on me. And he's got 2 cruisers behind him in New Orleans. I know, y'all get mad at me for saying that. A New Orleans and a Atlanta regular with this King George. Now, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a lot of fire heading my direction if they all start shooting at me. So I've got to be cognizant of that. Now, you see that I'm riding the border. I'm not quite doing the T-Bowl shuffle. I'm not using the border as an advantage. I'm just, you know, I'm trapped. I've had to fall back for so long. But you can see we get 2 fires started in that salvo. Obviously, he's most likely going to extinguish that. I'm sure his damage control is going to be back shortly. You can see I'm trying to stay on the fire because once he burns his DC on that, we want to start another fire because that fire is going to burn for a while. And getting that damage over time is a huge advantage against battleships that are going to be bow tanking you more often than not. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. The American cruiser line, I think, is still the best. Like, I just enjoy it more than I do playing any of the other cruisers. Now, we do take some fire here, and I'm going to go ahead, start my heal, and I don't have my damage con back yet, but you can see we're going to try to start a fire here, and then we're going to immediately switch to armor piercing. Now, we reload every 10.6 seconds, so we can catch him off guard every once in a while. We do get the fire, so that's a nice advantage, and then he fires his broadside, but we get to fire our broadside as well, and catch him while he's still, you know, relatively angled decently for us to get some penetrations. And you can see taking 4,000 damage off of him with that salvo of AP. And then we're going to go ahead, we shoot at his superstructure, get 1,800. Wasn't expecting a whole lot there. And now we switch back to the high explosive while he's bow tanking us. This is going to allow us to get a potentially another fire. But at minimum, it's going to allow us to do damage consistently even while he's bow tanking us because our armor piercing in this situation from a cruiser isn't as good. But as you can see, we get a second fire. He's almost dead. He's trying to turn broadside on to get us off the board. Now here I probably should have had armor piercing, but I honestly thought that was going to finish him. We get our arsonist. We get our second kill of the game. Now their Colorado luckily pushed into the center of the map to engage the rest of our team that are heading up towards their base right now. We have successfully defended our base, but you can see there's still a couple cruisers nearby. That's the New Orleans and the Atlanta that we're going to have to contend with. And this is where having the ability to have radar comes in handy. And So we go ahead, pop the radar, and as soon as we pop it, we're in range to see the New Orleans. And I just wanted to know what he was doing. If he's just sitting there, no big deal. I'll sell out and we'll delete him. If he was coming around that island, I need to know about it. So, yeah, we want to catch him off guard. And you'll see, just being spotted is enough to freak this guy out. And he makes a huge, huge misplay. And what does he do? He goes full broadside right in front of an angled Baltimore with armor piercing loaded. And that is going to be a paddling, sunshine. Wait for it. Pow! Welcome to the sideshow. You're about to go back to port in a real big hurry. Now, right here, he's like, oh God, I have royally screwed up. But it's too late. I reload too fast. You can't fix yourself. And for the Atlanta to start shooting me with high explosive here, I'm like, all right, I see you, Atlanta. You're angled against an armor-piercing... This is bad. Wait for it. Pow! 3 citadels, all your health gone. And guess what? I reload pretty quick too. So you can go back to port, and that gives us our 4th kill of the game. In very quick order, we reassert the Baltimore's dominance over the other cruisers. Ain't nobody got anything on the Baltimore's armor-piercing salvos. You just don't. Like, the other cruisers cannot compete with the Baltimore's armor-piercing. It just can't. Now, yes, they get torpedoes. Yes, they have better high explosive in some cases and whatnot. But when it comes down to just raw firepower and the ability to remove other cruisers, it's hard to beat the Baltimore. And so now we're starting to work on the Colorado. We're going to get a lot of help from the team on this one. You can see the Colorado is one of those tough cookies for the Baltimore for some reason. But we managed to get the snipe on him and finish him off, giving us our Kraken unleashed again. And did you notice the damage? I mean, we're up to 125,000 damage done. Not too shabby, am I right? And it's not like we've been running the whole game. We've been fighting the entire time in open waters, and we have only taken 1/5 of our health and damage. Now, obviously, we used some heals in there, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it has been a very good game for us, strategically and just entertaining. I hope you guys enjoyed. Not a bad match. So, what'd we end up with, guys? Well, as soon as all of these slides get out of here from the slideshow here that Wargaming puts on because of the campaign, as soon as all that gets out of the way, we'll be able to actually see where we're at. And we actually have our Kraken unleashed, 125,000 damage done, 6 fires started, that's it. It's not like we were fire spamming the entire game. 2,800 base XP top the leaderboard. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.